harsh weather arrived to the island. Been raining for weeks. The rails were wet and damp, making most of the engines late. James was mostly on time despite these conditions. Soon enough, this got to his smoke box.
You know what, Thomas? The Fat Controller has plans for me.
No time for like my 7 lines in this.
Really? I would have never guessed.
Yes, really. I was trusted with an important goods train. Because unlike you, I'm always on time.
You got lucky. You would slip all the time otherwise.
Pa, unlike you, I'm a guaranteed connection. So it doesn't matter if I'm a few minutes late. But I'm never late, and never will be.
Like when the viaduct was under repair.
No, like when you fell down the mine. That's when.
And James left the yards to collect his train. While James was shunting, the weather changed for the worse.
You'll have to be careful this time, James. The weather doesn't seem so welcoming.
Well, James liked to boast about his luck in the storms. This time, he wasn't so sure. And they were right. The storm was strong and fierce. Fences were torn apart. Telephone lines were down, but James kept going.
Come on, let's keep moving.
Meanwhile, the Fat Controller was concerned. He ordered all his trains to get back into their sheds immediately. But no one got to James. James's wheels slipped frantically as he pounded against the wet rails, but none of them expected what was coming. A tree close to the line was starting to fall, not so far down the line. James passed through, but the back of his train didn't. James stopped, but his crew went to check the guard. They found him, but he was injured and couldn't move.
What happened?
Broken leg. You need to get him to a hospital now. Go at it, James.
The driver opened the regulator and James sped off.
I want to get to town.
Most of the telephone lines were damaged, so they had to find a station where they could call for help. They found one pretty soon. They carried the guard in, and soon the driver joined James and backed him into a shed. The next morning, the Fat Controller came to the station by Percy to visit James and his crew. He first talked to the crew, then to James.
I heard you were a very brave engine and acted quickly in a situation despite the conditions. So, you will have your brass parts polished and a new red coat to go along with it.
James was beaming with joy.
Oh, sir. Thank you, sir.
James soon returned to work. Most of the debris was cleared. The engines heard of James's story by now. All of them were impressed, but they didn't let James know about it. or else his boasting would never end. Gordon was rather jealous that James's story made it to the headlines of Soda newspapers.